advances. Connection is evolving, and so are you.
You might not have a background in tech at all, and that's okay. Even if you have no experience, this program can...
Hello and welcome to this course on database engineering. Almost everyone has used the database, and more likely, information about us is
I need to have this human outcome.
This data could be rendered as an order table or entity, and the data could be organized into rows that contain a unique order number. These two examples could be combined into a list of orders the store received from its customers. Within a database, picture yourself in the following scenario. You're managing the database of a large online store. Your database must be able to retrieve a customer's details from one table. It is there to help identify who it is that placed the order. So by adding the customer ID field to the order table, big data is a combination of structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data collected from many different sources. And it adds more power to data because it can address complex business problems, records, and relationships. But big data is a whole new challenge. Big data is a combination of structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. The standard language that can be used with all databases. It's particularly useful when working with relational databases, which require a language. Let's find out more about SQL. SQL is a standard language that can be used with all databases. It's particularly useful when working with relational databases, which require a language that can interact with structured language, or DML commands, are used to manipulate data possible through subsets of SQL, like DDL or Data Definition Language, DML, also known as users and manage database security. This is made possible through subsets of SQL data. For example, let's say I've input the wrong date of birth for a student. To change this data, I can use the update syntax, which is part of the DML subset of SQL, last name and date of birth, and then populate the table with the required data. But what if I need to update or modify? Another important concept related to tables is domains. A domain is the set of legal values that can be assigned to an attribute. Basically, this means making sure that the values of fields are binary data types to store images, files, and other information. Another important concept related to tables In a relational database, there are a range of different types of key attributes. There's also the candidate key attribute. This is any attribute that contains a unique value in each row of the table. So it's the perfect way to uniquely identify each record of data. In a relational database, there are a range of different You've discovered the basics of databases and data, received an intro to SQL, or structured query language, and explored the basic structure of a database. It's now time to recap the key points and concepts you learned and skills that you gained. Explain the numeric data type in a database and different